All right, we are here for the 4 p.m. JV game between the New Heights Cougars and the Southeast Lancers. Playing the tournament this year, the Mocamer Classic at the Columbus High School Gymnasium. Seven minutes on the clock. Cougars win the opening tip. Titus Clevenger, clever play to fake the pass and then finish at the basket. Tight pressure on the sideline. The Lancers step out of bounds. And the ball is turned over to the Cougars. Barrett Bowen finds Clevenger on the cut. Back up to Brueggemann. Over to Bowen. Into the corner for Brandon Schumacher for three. Off the front of the rim. Brueggemann there for a chance at the rebound. Pulled down by the Lancers, number 24. They did put 8 minutes on the clock. Number 10 down low. Puts it off the glass for two. It's a tie game. So I started the clock with 7 minutes, but we'll see if they stick with the 8-minute clock. They're definitely not going to get these games done in an hour with the 8-minute quarters. Number 12 in, Brandon Schumacher blocks it away. Ahead to Clevenger. Into transition, Clevenger with the left. Back to Brandon Schumacher on the wing. Thought about the three, drives in, kicks it into the corner for Clevenger. Off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Hindeleader. Brueggemann takes the three-point shot and pulled down by the Lancers. Ball inside to the big, number 35. Brueggemann's there. Double comes by Hindeleader and travel called on All right, so I'm going to reset the clock to 6:25. That's the official time they have running. We'll see if they adjust it at any point. Barrett Bowen on the low block, blocked away by number 10. Lancers into the corner. All the way to the near side, entered into the low block to the big, number 35. And foul from behind, I believe, on Schumacher. I'm sorry, called on Crumrine. And he'll go to the line for two. Short on the second as well. Ball out of bounds back to the Cougars. Don't have a very good Wi-Fi connection here. Trying to get into at least have some sort of a stream. Brueggemann to Bowen. Stopped at the free throw line. Dribble handoff to Clevenger. Clevenger to the left wing for Schumacher. Handoff to Bowen. Brueggemann to Schumacher. Has a lane to the basket. Blocked away by number 10. Schumacher gets his own rebound. Back to Hindeleader. Long rebound goes to the Lancers. Ball into the corner, lost out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars. There's Clevenger over the right wing. Finds Schumacher down low. Schumacher turns and puts it in for the nice 2-point basket. Cougars with the 4-2 lead. Sorry, I've been going back and forth between screens, having trouble keeping the clock accurate. Long rebound by the Lancers. Pass inside, stolen away by Brueggemann. Bowen pushing on the right side. Steps through, looks for an option, gets it back to Clevenger. Schumacher from 16 off the front of the rim. And ball out of bounds. Stays with the Cougars. I'm sorry, it's going to the Lancers. Number 10 for the Lancers into the front court. Spins in, stolen away by Evan Horton. Hinterleader driving in with the left, draws the foul, and it's on the floor underneath for the Cougars. Grayson Crumrine there to inbound. In the corner for Schumacher. Back up top to Smathers. Brent Smathers over to Hinterleader. Pulls up with the floater and puts it in. Oop. And the Cougars lead 6-4. Bad pass in the backcourt. Horton gets a hand on it. Last touch by the Lancers, number 10. And ball back to the Cougars. Hinterleader with the dribble handoff to Smathers. Stolen away by the Lancers. All the way to the basket. Foul and the basket. And number 10 will go to the line for the and one. I'm going to see if you can connect here, Brad, with your hotspot. Mine's not doing much.
Okay.
Makes the and one. The Lancers retake the lead, 6-7.
Shows like a good signal.
Okay. Brent Smathers dribble handoff. Down low to Crumrine. Crumrine, gets the finish. Ball down low, stolen away by the Cougars. Smathers all the way in. Tries for the reverse, lands on the end line.
Got a little turnaround there to try to finish that one. That was a little tough shot. Did a good job attacking the basket. Just got a little deep.
Cougars trap, stolen away by Hinterleader. Well contested by the Lancers. Schumacher gets on the floor for the steal.
It's a good hustle.
Still in the backcourt. Lancers across the timeline. Number 10 attacks the basket and able to put it in through the congestion. Evan Horton with the handoff to Smathers. Thought about it from the top. Gets a Hinterleader from the right wing for three. Off the side of the rim as Crumrine gets a touch on it but can't bring it in. Stolen by Schumacher. Foul called on the floor.
That official was refereeing 35 years ago when I played elementary and junior high ball.
All right, that's the third foul on the Lancers. Horton looking for an inbound, gets it into Schumacher. Hand off to Hinderleader at the top. Cougars in action. Finds Smathers at the elbow. Into the corner for Brueggemann. Up top to Schumacher as he was cutting. Able to get back to it. Over to Smathers for three from the left wing. Rebound pulled down by the Lancers. Number 11 picks up his dribble. Outlet to number 12. Lancers under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Drive in, but got too quick with the feet. Gets called for the travel.
Yeah, he got a running start there before he got the ball.
Interleader dribble handoff to Schumacher. Splits the double.
Nice job by Brandon on that. Taking it to the hoop, being strong with it, drawing the foul, and finishing the play.
And Schumacher gets the pickup on the double, which is what we've been talking about with him, is that you can't put that extra dribble down after you've split. The pickup has to be there so they don't really have an option to swipe away a dribble. Nice job finishing. And makes the end one. Cougars leading by 2. 41 seconds left here in the first quarter. They did give us, Brad, they gave us 8 minutes on the first quarter clock. So if they keep that up, these 1 hour JV games are definitely not going to be 1 hour. Good outlet by Horton and Schumacher.
Got the roll.
Go to your home, ball. Number 10 all the way in. Smathers gets a hand on it to steal. Brueggemann outlet to Schumacher. Schumacher with a crossover dribble to the basket and draws the foul. That is the 5th team foul, I believe. Let's see, 3 for the Cougars and 5. Maybe it's 4 for the Lancers. Schumacher short on the first. True on the second, 5-point lead for the Cougars. Over to the left wing, into the paint, loose ball, and that's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, the juggling act there at the end ate up the rest of their seconds there as they were trying to get a shot off, but ended up just taking too long by the time they lost control of it.
All right, let's see if we can get into this YouTube broadcast now. I am recording so we can post later for the first quarter. Brad Burns, the Kansas resident, has much better service on his cell phone.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with the Kansas residency, though.
All right, the YouTube says that's a poor signal we're getting.
It is 5G, so for my phone, that's usually means it's pretty good. I haven't played in this gym for several years. We did back whenever junior high was playing. We got to play up here, I think 1 or 2 games. Most of the time they held them down at the other gym.
Yeah, this is an interesting layout. They got the extra bleachers up here that are the retractable ones like we have at Chack. All right, we are sticking with the 8-minute quarters. Is that did we have that discussion last year at Baxter Springs, whether the JV plays 8-minute quarters in Kansas?
Yeah, I don't remember Kansas definitely has a little bit different rules than Missouri does.
Ball into the corner. Back up top. We didn't have programs either. Columbus said they weren't planning on showing up till 4 to do the table. So
I see. I didn't see a program when we came in still.
apparently their athletic director is sick today, so it's thrown off everything. All right, turnaround jumper. Number 24 for the Lancers pulls it down. Ball inside. Briggerman and Bowen double.
Oh.
Barrett Bowen got a hand on it to deflect, but ball squirts out. Throw in for the Lancers. Evan Horton knocks it into the backcourt. Clevenger tightly defending. Lancers able to get back into the front court.
Ooh.
Oh, got caught looking with, or passing before looking, and turnover back to the Cougars.
Yeah, actually, it went ahead and left his feet off that pass and never delivered it.
Dribble handoff to Bruggeman into the corner for Horton for 3. Bruggeman there for the offensive rebound.
Ooh.
Looks for Reether inside, and foul called on the floor on the Lancers.
Good call. So he came flying back in. The Lancer did to try to intercept that dish off and made a lot of body contact.
Clevenger inbounding, gets it into Bowen. Barrett Bowen also on the varsity roster, dealing with a ankle injury to start the year. Kind of getting his legs back underneath him.
Oh.
Clevenger found Horton on the cut, put the dribble right off his foot. Reether gets it. Horton into the short corner, back up to Bowen for 3, and he nails it.
Yeah, nice kick by Horton as he was standing on the baseline after he dribbled off, and they fed it back to him, and being behind the backboard, kicked it all the way back out to Boone for the nice shot, wide open.
Ball down low to the block. Number 10 looking for an angle. Deflected out by the Lancers. Clevenger comes on tight pressure. Into the paint, swung around into the corner for 3. Offensive rebound by the Lancers. Bruggeman blocks and recovers the loose ball. Out to Clevenger. Clevenger in the paint, kicks it to Bowen in the corner. Bowen has a step and puts it in off the glass.
Good shot fake after making that 3. That does that. They have to come out and close out on you, and was able to shot fake and go right to the rim.
10-point lead now for the Cougars. Subs for the Lancers. Number 35, the big boy, back in the game down low. Number 10 getting a break. I would guess that number 10 probably gets some varsity minutes. Seems like a pretty good athlete out there for the Lancers. Clevenger over to Horton, turn and shoot, and he nails the three-pointer. And the Cougars have found their stroke, 22-9. The Lancers, I'm sorry, won a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to take a 30-second timeout here.
Take a look at that last basket from the Cougars. Horton cuts through the double screen on the wing and nails the three-pointer. Barrett Bowen the possession before. I'm sorry, that was the block by Bruggeman. Here's the possession before. Horton finds Barrett Bowen all alone up top, nails the three-pointer, and then follows it with the pass to the corner. So he shot fakes, and oh, actually, number 10 subbed out. Looks like he actually got a little injured on that play as Bowen cut back to the middle. All right, number 24 for the Lancers bringing it up. Titus Clevenger deflects it out of play. And it will be the Lancers ball just beyond midcourt. Number 24 looking for the high-low action. Entered into the big boy on the block. Turns and shoots and puts it in.
Yeah, just a step behind the pass. Almost had the pass intercepted, but was able to gather it. And we flew by, and they finished the shot.
Horton with the good pass to Brueggemann. Outlet to Bowen for the three. And rebound pulled down by number 35 for the Lancers. Into the corner for three. And he nails it. And the Lancers have gotten hot after the timeout. 5 straight points to close the lead to 8. Clevenger over to Reether on the right wing. Bowen flashes to the top. He's open for three if he wants it. Off the front of the rim as the second bounce delayed the jump. Reether got a hand on it but couldn't control it out of bounds. Last touch by the Lancers.
Barrett once again had a good look at there at the top, just a little bit short.
Clevenger into Reether. Thought about the three, drives into the elbow. Runner from the elbow, and a nice basket for Brogan Reether.
Yeah, good take. Way to keep control. They swatted at the ball, protected it, and made it past.
Clevenger gets a deflection. Lancers able to possess. Number 24 on the right wing. Double comes. Bowen and Clevenger entered inside of the block. And foul called on Crumrine.
Crumrine from behind.
One foul each here in the second quarter. Ball inside to 24. Crumrine does a nice job going straight up. Rebound pulled down by Hinderleader into transition for Clevenger. Clevenger on the low block. Tries to fight through. Stolen away by the Lancers. Clevenger gets a hand on it, still contesting. Lancers in transition.
Dribble it off the back of the heel.
Into the paint. Across out to three on the left wing. Front of the rim, short, out of bounds, back to the Cougars.
Crumrine did a really nice job boxing out the big boy that time and just let it go out of bounds then after the long rebound.
Hinderleader walks up into the front court for the Cougars. Bowen on the left wing. Looks for Smathers at the elbow. Turn and jump. And nails the jumper. Hinderleader goes for the steal. Rise up from the elbow, too strong. Crumrine outlet to Bowen into transition. All the way across for Clevenger in the far corner. Back up top to Hinderleader. One more to Bowen on the left wing. Into the corner for Smathers. Kick back to Bowen as he resets. Over to Clevenger on the right wing. Smathers cutting through. Back up top to Hinderleader. 2:40 to play here in the first half. Skipped across to Hinderleader, and he takes the extra step.
Did the shot fake and then shuffled his feet before putting it down.
Ball back to the Lancers. Number 10 back in the game for the Lancers, as well as number 55, the big boy down low. Ball entered into 10. Puts the dribble off his foot, able to get it back, but Bowen steals.
Ooh, dangerous.
Up ahead to Hinderleader. Short throw stolen by the Lancers. Into the corner for a long two. Bowen pulls down the rebound on the backside.
Good box out.
Out to Smathers on the right wing. Back over to Bowen. Clevenger flashes high to receive. To Bowen at the free throw line, out to Smathers, baseline drive. Smathers with the floater, can't find the rim, and the Lancers pull it down. Clevenger, tight defense, gets the steal. Jump shot off the glass and good.
Tough fadeaway shot. Got it to fall.
Clevenger
Ooh.
again deflects the pass.
No, nobody touched that one. He just thought he was going to throw it to the guy in the middle that was coming down, and
Oh, okay.
nobody was expecting it. Least of all, 55.
All right, Cougars ball, 1:30 to play in the first half. Extended the lead to 14. Smathers up to Horton. Interleader on the left wing thought about it, gives it to Reether. Over to Horton. Interleader all alone from 13. Rebound pulled down by the Lancers. And traveling called as he picked up his dribble with some hands in the way.
Yeah, may have got raked a little bit there across the midsection.
Cougars in the front court. Smathers at the elbow. Gets the dribble down and gets knocked off his spot. Will draw the foul. Cougars inbounding underneath. Just the second foul on the Lancers in the quarter. Horton into Smathers, deflected away by number 4. Will stay Cougars ball into the corner. Horton all the way into Smathers. Smathers drives to the basket, blocked by number 10.
Oh, he stepped
Smathers
out.
tried to keep it in, but was out of bounds when he was in the air, but he was last out of bounds when he touched the ball. Ball over to the right wing, into the free throw line, switched over to the left side. Down low for number 10, and foul called on the floor. As they have told us to say, instead of on the floor, before the shot.
Before the shot.
Because everything's on the floor.
I suppose if both were suspended in midair.
But that's one of those hard habits to break on the floor.
Sure.
Foul called on number 55 from behind. Good box out position by Crumrine.
Just like instead of over the back, it's push from behind.
Yeah, and reach. No reach. It's either illegal contact or hold.
Hold, yeah.
Because you can reach all you want as long as you don't touch.
Right.
Good screen by Horton. Smathers flashes through and gets blocked underneath. Will stay Cougars ball. 15 seconds left in the first half. We are well on our way to be 20 minutes behind by the time. I think in the NBA you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But you can
can
in high school. Once you've left your feet, you cannot put down the dribble. I don't know if it's allowable in the NBA, but they allow it.
They do a lot of stuff in the NBA.
Number 24 all the way across, draws the foul on the three-pointer. And he'll get three free throws to end the first half. Good looking stroke. Makes the first. Jinxed him on the second by saying how good his stroke looked. And too strong on the third. So halftime is here. Let's see if we do 10 minutes for half.
I think they try to make some time up somewhere.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised by the 8-minute quarters. They're putting 8 minutes on the clock.
There you go.
That's their.
They're making it up
Okay.
for it. Yeah, I don't know how long they've had the nice chairs in the bleachers in the lower sections, because before it just used to all be these nice plastic bleachers, and they all folded up.
Well, we'll take an audio break as we send you through the first half recap. If you're watching on the live stream, we did have the first quarter recorded. I just didn't get it live till my technology internet connection came. He doesn't like to show up on time. That's the problem.
Well, I have 80-year-old grandparent or 80-year-old parents that wanted to come. It's close enough, so I had both of them today. So,
all right, we'll send you through as we take the audio break. Okay, we are back. We got about a minute left before halftime. Um, we had 28-15 on the scoreboard. It's showing 28-17 now. We're not sure if they added a basket during halftime or what happened with the score, but they're checking to see if they have a recording or if we have to add to. I mean, it's definitely possible we missed something, but I thought I was keeping it with what was showing on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And of course, we went through that halftime recap. It looked like that was the right score.
Usually we get all the score, all the buckets that way, but we just ask them to check it anyway, politely. So we'll see if they adjust anything or not.
Okay.
Maybe they counted the 2 misses as makes instead.
They are saying they have
17.
17 as the count. Cougars have the arrow, and we are ready to start the third quarter. Brandon Schumacher on the left wing. Up top to Clevenger. Drives in, kicks it to Brueggemann, open for three as Schumacher drives into the paint. Kicks it over to Horton, thought about it. Back up top to Brueggemann. Brueggemann wants the three and nails it. And a good start to the third quarter for the Cougars. Cougars in the full court. Loose ball. Number 4 is able to recover. That's actually, I do have a program now. Number 4 is Kaysen Robinson. 11 Hunter Jones over to number 2, Benson Scott.
Starting off a little sloppy here, having trouble with the ball, but we're watching the players run through their offense as well and not watching the ball either. So
Lancers into the short corner. Long three. Schumacher pulls down the rebound, pushing out to the right side. Into the corner for Clevenger. Ball screen, Clevenger kicks it up to Horton. Over to Brueggemann, he wants another one. Short as Hinterleader gets the rebound, kicked out to Clevenger for three. And long rebound goes to number 35, Braxton Wren.
nice job crashing the boards, getting a couple of opportunities, just couldn't get either one of them to fall.
Number 4 picks up his dribble as the Cougars trap. Clevenger comes in and gets the steal. Into the corner, across to Horton. Horton tries to tip that over to Schumacher, but didn't get it on the mark.
Yeah. Everybody was posting up outside. Nobody wanted to dive to the basket. Had to wait for the trail guy to get there.
Number 2, Benson Scott or Alex Leaker. There's 2 on the roster. Should we say Scott is the? Does this look more like a Scott or a Leaker?
The Scott should be the older kid. I think he should play varsity.
They're both freshmen on the roster. There is a Solomon Scott.
Okay, Solomon's the one that I know. He should be the older one.
So does that number 2 look more like Solomon's brother? Number 12.
Trying to remember.
Stolen away by Clevenger.
Trying to remember if there's twins.
Brueggemann there to clean it up. Oh, can't get it to fall. Clevenger knocks it back to Brueggemann for the offensive rebound. And foul called on the Lancers. That's the first foul of the quarter. I need to reset this foul count. Clevenger patiently gets it to Schumacher, back up top to Hinterleader. Cougars looking for an action. Hinterleader to the near side. Over to Schumacher at the top. Horton for three. Too strong. Bruggeman gets a hand to deflect. Schumacher over to the sideline to keep it in.
Nice hustle.
Bruggeman dribble handoff to Clevenger, and Clevenger floats it in, and the foul.
Yeah, nice cut, and did a great job hitting him as he's flying in, and then they collapsed on him, and he floated it over him, got the foul, and the finish. Got a full timeout by Southeast here.
If you're not familiar with Southeast, just drive northwest to get there from Joplin.
Correct. Makes perfect sense. Which it doesn't make perfect sense if you're from Kansas, because the CNC league that used to be, when they were all together, is they had Northeast, which was Arma, and so it was north and east of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then Southeast was south and west of Pittsburgh, but they called it Southeast, and then they had Northeast. So
I noticed that on Kansas's their Misha equivalent, however you say it, Kissa.
Keisha is what they call
Keisha.
it. Keisha.
On their website, it now lists Columbus / Southeast. I mean, Cherokee / Southeast
Yeah.
instead of Southeast / Cherokee. And that's the same with Northeast. They're calling it Alma / Northeast, which I think is new. The way
Yeah, it used to always be Southeast, and then they would have the town after it was located. Southeast was located in Cherokee, Kansas.
Rebound pulled down by the Lancers. Getting there into the front court. Number 11 is Hunter Jones. The Lancers have their lineup by age, so rather than by number, so it's you have to hunt and peck for the numbers. Clevenger out in transition, tried to find Bruggeman, but just too far ahead, and foul called on the Cougars on Hinterleader.
Yeah, there's been a lot of combining of schools now in Southeast Kansas.
Collins over to Scott, back to Collins, into number 15, Buzzard. Pull-up jumper from the elbow by Robinson, deflected by the Cougars, will stay Lancers ball.
I was hoping they were at least giving him the deflection on that. You never know.
Yeah. Into the corner for number 23, Hobbs. Over to Scott. And traveling called on the Lancers. Clevenger and Horton subbing out as Smathers and Reether sub in for the Cougars. Ball into the corner for Schumacher, back to Reether. Swung around to the left side for Smathers. Up top for Schumacher for the three. And 3 seconds in the lane called on the Cougars.
We don't see that call very much anymore.
Number 4, Robinson, still in the backcourt over to Scott. Trap in the backcourt. Able to get free. Number 12, Collins. Buzzard in, too strong. Smathers pulls down the rebound for the Cougars. Out to Schumacher. Schumacher to the basket and draws the foul. Didn't really have an angle, but
was able to get the foul call.
Yeah, he's trying to work back to the basket. And good job being strong with the ball. Schumacher good on the first. 17-point lead now for the Cougars. Too strong on the second. Rebound pulled down by Robinson. Collins to Scott to Robinson. Tries to split the double. Cougars deny. Schumacher deflects, and out of bounds will stay Lancers ball in the corner.
Nice job with active hands and moving, closing off that gap so he couldn't drive between them.
Buzzard in. Jump ball as Hinderleader gets on the floor. And oops, I didn't get that arrow changed. It is the Lancers arrow after the third quarter restart. Robinson being tightly defended by Schumacher. Gets it into the low block. Buzzard to Robinson, and he puts it in.
First points of the second half for the Lancers.
Smathers ahead. Dribble handoff to Hinderleader. At the elbow. In the paint, looking for an option. Tries to flip it away. Collins comes in and gets the steal. Robinson into the low block for Buzzard. And another basket for the Lancers.
This time Buzzard was able to finish doing that little baseline move.
Hinderleader on the left wing. Over to Schumacher in the corner. Finds space, drives in, draws the foul, and gets the basket.
Nice job with the finish. As he was in the air.
Yeah. Schumacher makes the and one and completes the three-point play. Ball thrown away into the corner. Did they say it was touched by the Cougars?
Yeah, apparently. I don't think that one actually was that time.
I had an extra foul there somewhere. So 3 fouls for the Lancers here in the quarter. Reither deflects it. And out of bounds will stay Lancers ball. Buzzard inbounding to Scott. Over to Collins, three-pointer by Robinson. Long rebound goes to Hinderleader. Lancers get back on defense as the Cougars set up. Schumacher on the left wing. Screen by Reither. Up top to Hinderleader. Reither still in the paint. Still. Hinderleader gets his own rebound. Looking for an option out to Schumacher for the kick out three. Smathers gets in there to fight for the rebound, pulled away by Buzzard for the Lancers, and blocking foul called on Schumacher.
Yeah, Brandon just trying to be aggressive and got over there just a hair late.
Into the corner. Into the paint, off the front of the rim. Schumacher pulls down the rebound. Pushing out ahead. Over to Smathers at the top. Smathers with the crossover dribble finds a lane. Blocked away by the Lancers. Brigman recovers, gets it to Hinderleader. And Hinderleader draws the foul in the paint. 4th team foul on the Lancers.
Now, I don't know in Kansas, since he was gathering, if he would have had and shot it, whether they would have called it in the process or not.
That's a good question because he hasn't landed yet when the foul happened. Reither for 3.
Smathers does a nice job for fighting for position.
Good look into Brueggemann, and Nolan Brueggemann finishes it high off the glass. 39-21. Foul called on the Cougars, number 11, Smathers.
Didn't quite get good separation trying to go out around him and kind of went through his shoulder.
Lancers looking for an option to inbound. Into Buzzard, into the corner for Robinson. Robinson pulled up from the elbow. Strong off the glass. Interleader there for the rebound for the Cougars, and he slows it up. 10 seconds left in the quarter. 5 seconds. Hand off to Brueggemann, pulls up for a long two. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Cougars leading 39-21. Well, it's 4:53. The next game starts at 5.
Yeah.
There's 8 minutes on the clock, and it stops on whistles. Will it stop, though, with
Very
a
much.
39-21 lead, or will it be a running clock?
Oh, it'll still be stopping, but I bet you they don't blow the whistles too much.
All right, number 31 is Grant Hernando, making his first appearance of the season, I believe. I don't think he played in the Miller or Rush game. Barrett Bowen back in the game for the Cougars, as well as
Yeah, I don't believe
Clevenger and Crumrine.
I don't believe I've seen him out there. All right.
All right, we're underway. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes on the clock. Crumrine from the free throw line into the short corner for Horton. Kicks it out to Bowen. Back up top to Crumrine. Over to Bowen on the left wing. Looks into Horton at the elbow. He clears to the corner. Clevenger flashes high to receive at the top. Bowen flashes through, playing some ISO at the top. No count. Horton over on the wing for three. Barrett Bowen with the offensive rebound. Kicked back to Horton. Bowen steps through and draws the foul late. Looked like it wasn't really a foul on the shot. It was more a foul on the finish. Just takes him out hard. Looks like Bowen avoided hitting his head.
Yeah. It's like he got up just a hair gimpy, but I think it looks like maybe it was his knee that he was flexing at there. Hopefully not his ankle. He's been having so much trouble with his ankles.
Bowen good on the first, gets the roll. Did you have it at 39-21 until they made that free throw? They did not credit the free throw on the scoreboard, I believe.
Yeah.
Lancers across the timeline. Kicked out to Scott. Gets through the double, loses the handle, gets it back, and scores it. Bowen to Horton for the right wing three. Pulls it down and drives to the basket. Wild shot pulled down by the Lancers. Whoa. Is he all right?
I don't know.
I don't know that that's actually a travel because he fell down and
Landed on top of the ball.
Yeah. He didn't fall to the ground while holding the ball.
No.
Horton out to Crumrine. Baseline drive. Floater. Oh, in and out. Crumrine gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Bowen. Thought about the three. One more to Horton. Left wing three off the front of the rim. Hernando there to fight for the rebound, but pulled down by the Lancers. Number 4, Robinson into the front court. Number 12, Collins all the way to the basket, comes up a little short, and rebound pulled down by the Cougars.
Here we go.
Titus Clevenger finds Hernando. Grant Hernando with his first basket of the season, and he's pumped up.
So is all the Cougars, varsity players as well as the bench. Is he an exchange student? I was thinking Broderick said there was an exchange student playing, but he would be on JV, I thought.
I'm actually not sure.
What year is he?
He's a sophomore. Lancers inbounding underneath. Ball deflected by Hernando, falls to Clevenger. Clevenger with a crossover dribble. Back to Bowen at the top. And Bowen gets called for the travel. He did a jump stop. Of course, that's just dependent on where the pickup's called.
Right.
But then he takes the step through. And traditionally, if you do a jump stop, you don't have a pivot. Ball thrown away by the Lancers, back to the Cougars. 5:07 on the official clock here in the fourth quarter. Clevenger at the elbow.
Your official score was probably correct. They'll maybe correct it at the end of the game like they did at the half. Got away with the step.
Robinson inside, recovers it, and puts it in for two. Hernando into the corner for Horton. Finds Bowen on the cut, step through, off the glass, and good.
Yeah, nice finish up and under on that one.
Robinson over to number 15, Buzzard. Scott over to Robinson to number 12, Collins. Stolen away by Horton, out to Clevenger. And Clevenger puts it in for the 2 points.
Yeah, nice hands and then flips it ahead. Great finish.
Bowen gets a hand there. Cremrine steals, gets fouled, but no call. Scott looking for the cutters. Number 23, Hobbs gets it to Collins. Drive to the basket, foul on Hernando. Chase Collins will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Looks like they got 2 checking in.
Reether and Smathers in for Bowen and Clevenger. Makes the free throw. And timeout called by, could you tell who it was called by?
I did not see. Hopefully it was Southeast.
We'll guess it was Southeast. There's no timeouts on this scoreboard. Let's notice a couple scoreboards that don't show a timeout option.
That's because the scoreboards are 30 years old.
Is this a?
They're the same scoreboards we had.
Is this the? I thought this was a new gym.
Yeah, it was back in 90. I think I was the second year that got to play in this.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was built in my 8th grade year.
All right. So when you came here, were you like, wow?
It was awesome. We had one of the elite facilities in the area back then.
Nice.
We definitely held the most stands. I think you could hold like 1,500 is what it was originally designed for.
Smathers able to get it ahead to Reether. Reether, good dribble, gets it to Crumrine in the corner. Switch to Horton at the left wing, able to bring it down. Back up top to Smathers. Gets it to Reether. Reether makes the jump shot, and the lead is 21. Collins get his glasses knocked, able to maintain possession. Robinson into the corner for number 35. That's Wren. Hobbs to Collins, back up top to Robinson. Robinson for three from the top. Misses everything and out of bounds. Back to the Cougars. Ball ahead. Ball deflected away by the Lancers in a transition. Robinson into the corner for Collins for three. Off the side of the backboard, Hernando pulls down the rebound. Smathers out to Reether, and Brogan Reether puts it in off the glass.
Nice transition bucket. Catching them not getting back. Of course, we've got as big a lead as we can. We can have a guy heading out cherry picking.
Into the corner for Collins, back to Scott on the right wing. Smathers gets a hand in the passing lane and knocks it away.
Yeah,
Will
way to
stay
keep
Lancers ball.
Good job keeping his hands active there.
Collins to Robinson to Scott. Back to Collins at the top. Up top to Hobbs. Over to Collins. Robinson flashes into the paint, receives, rises up, and makes the good two-point jumper. Hernando at the top of the key. Big block by Hobbs. Lancers in transition. Horton gets a hand on it. Hobbs recovers a loose ball. Jump shot too strong as Smathers pulls it down. Ahead to Crumrine. Over to Reether at the top. One more to Hernando into the corner for Horton. Horton switches it to Crumrine on the left wing. Into the short corner for Smathers. Ball deflected by the Lancers. Scott pushing. Reether gets the block, and ref in the 70 feet away calls it a foul.
23.9 seconds to go. The other ref chuckling a little bit, I think, because some of the kids were surprised by that call.
No good on the first free throw. Too strong on the second. Ball never lies, so
yeah,
Reether is vindicated.
Yeah, it was definitely a good block.
Crumrine slowing it down. 15 seconds left in the game here in the JV match. All right, that's the final horn. Cougars victorious in the junior varsity game. We have the schedule as 4 o'clock was our game. 5 o'clock is the next game, which is Columbus versus Liberal. And then the varsity starts after that. It's 5:06. I'm guessing a 6:30, between 6:30 and 6:45 actual start for varsity.
Yeah.
So we'll actually make a new stream because we'll kill this stream. There's a game between us, and then come back with a new stream for the varsity game. Check in, I guess, probably about 6:15 to see where we are, and then we'll get it going.
Yeah, I was curious. I was going to wait and see how much time they were going to put up on the clock here. I figured they would try to get the next one going here, but so far they haven't told us how much they're going to give warm-up time for the other ones. Looks like 8 minutes.
Okay, well, as we close out, we'll send you through the second half recap, and we'll be back later for the varsity game. Cougars will be taking on the varsity Lancers.